You can own cryptocurrency, but how can you actually buy, sell, or trade these cryptocurrencies? This is where crypto exchanges come in. Whether you are buying your first crypto, your first Bitcoin, whether you are swapping a token you are having from one token to another, whether you are swapping from a token to your traditional money, how can you do this? How is this possible? Where can you swap? Where can you trade these cryptocurrencies? Where can you buy your first crypto? Exchanges provide this infrastructure for traders to use, for crypto investors to go on the exchange. They can buy cryptocurrencies from it. They can swap a token from one token to another. They can swap cryptocurrency to their traditional money. But then all of these exchanges, they don't function the same. They don't work the same. Some are controlled by companies. Some are fully controlled by companies. That means every transaction on it is regulated. Every transaction on it is monitored. And there are other exchanges that allows crypto holders or crypto traders to trade, to transact, to swap, exchange, and buy cryptocurrency directly from their wallet without a central company actually controlling this transaction. So in today's lesson, we are going to discuss about the two major types of exchanges, which are the centralized and the decentralized exchange. We are going to differentiate for us to understand and choose which is best for traders to use. Hello everyone, you're welcome once more to the MDB Crypto Academy. In our previous lesson, we have been dipping deep into cryptocurrencies. We started by defining cryptocurrencies in our previous lesson. If this is your first time you're coming across my video, please, you can refer back to our previous lessons for more details. We discussed about cryptocurrencies. We discussed about crypto wallets and its security. In today's lesson, we are going to be discussing about crypto exchanges. We are going to understand how crypto exchanges actually function and the types of crypto exchanges. Centralized exchanges. A centralized exchange is a trading platform, a crypto trading platform that is fully controlled by an organization or a company. So these trading exchanges are controlled. Trading on these exchanges are controlled by a central organization or a company. So they act as intermediary between buyers and sellers. So instead of traders or crypto holders doing trading or exchange between one another directly by sending and receiving directly, they create account on these platforms. So when they create an account on this platform, they deposit funds on this platform. Now on this platform, they can now buy, sell, exchange cryptocurrencies. They can swap one cryptocurrency from one cryptocurrency to another. They can actually swap from cryptocurrency to their traditional money. They can swap from tokens to tokens. So centralized exchange, they give this platform, this infrastructure to traders to use or crypto holders to use. What you do is you don't do transaction directly with others. You'd rather deposit funds on this platform. When you deposit funds on the platform, you can now trade on this platform. You can withdraw funds from there directly to your bank account. You can swap from one token to another. You can trade crypto traders. You can trade one crypto pair to another. So these exchanges are controlled. Like I said, they are centralized. When we say they are centralized, it means there's a central authority that controls activities on this exchange. They control and manages activities of this platform. An example is the Binance, the common exchange everyone is using. The Coinbase, these are centralized exchanges. For you to buy and hold a cryptocurrency, you need to create an account on Binance. You verify your account. Now you can deposit funds on Binance. If funds are deposited on Binance, you can buy, you can sell, you can swap from one cryptocurrency to another. And your activities are actually controlled by Binance itself. So eventually we are going to also be creating an account on Binance in a long run, and you see how you can verify an account, and of course how you can buy your first crypto, how you can swap from one crypto to another, how you can do P2P trading on the Binance platform. So like I said, this exchange is centralized. That means it is controlled by a central organization or a company. Advantages of the centralized exchange. Of course, since it is centralized, it is controlled by an organization. It gives easy access for many people to be able to participate in the crypto industry. Anyone can actually own an account on these platforms as far as you stick to the rules or your country is regulated to use cryptocurrencies. So anyone can actually create an account on this platform, verify the account, and they can use it. There is what we call account privacy, because the organization also may hold your private keys on your behalf. They protect your crypto holdings on your behalf. Yeah, anyone can easily get to, especially people can actually use their cryptocurrencies from their bank account. Someone can link to this platform and purchase cryptocurrencies from their bank account using their traditional money. So that option of fiat, we have the fiat option that you can actually trade from one currency to a cryptocurrency. For example, if you want to buy a cryptocurrency on the Binance, you can actually use your traditional money, say the Naira, say the France CFA, say the USD, say the Euro. You can actually use this money from your bank account and you purchase directly on the Binance and you own a cryptocurrency. So it is much more convenient for anyone to actually own a cryptocurrency without being scammed. But there are also disadvantages because it is centralized, it is not decentralized. There are higher risks of account restrictions. If something happens today, your account can be freezed and you might never have access to those funds. Since it is controlled by a central authority, means they can actually take actions against you if something happens today and you are flagged. It shows that your account can be freezed. And there are also higher chances of it being hacked. We have heard of many centralized exchanges that have been hacked. There are higher chances of these exchanges being hacked. If you don't control your private keys, like I said, if they are not your keys, they are not your cryptocurrencies. Of course, on a centralized exchange, the keys are not yours. The exchange holds your private keys. And if an exchange can actually be in possession of your private keys, that means you don't own those cryptocurrencies, because at any time, those cryptocurrencies, you can be restricted from that platform. You can be restricted. Your account could be freezed and you might end up losing your cryptocurrency holdings. So those are some disadvantages. There are also platform logins. Most often, the platform needed to be uh, updated. So these are also some disadvantages of the centralized uh, exchanges. The decentralized exchange. The decentralized exchange is a crypto trading platform that allows crypto traders to buy, sell, swap one cryptocurrency to another directly from the blockchain based smart contracts. So, in this type of exchange, smart contracts are the one actually executing transactions. There is no central authority, there's no central organization, there's no central company that actually controls transactions on this platform. You don't need to create an account like on the centralized exchange. You don't need to create an account to deposit funds before you can now swap from one token to another. If you want to swap from one token to another, what you do is you actually connect your wallet to that decentralized exchange. When you connect your wallet to that decentralized exchange, you execute this transaction like you want to swap. When you execute this transaction, the smart contract is run based on its program, and it gives you the details. You read the details, and if you the details are okay, you approve these transactions. This transaction now is now run on the blockchain based on the program smart contracts. They run these transactions, and when these transactions are confirmed, the new token that you were swapping the old token from to, you will now see it appears in your wallet. So this one is much more convenient because there's no central authority, there's no one to control. You can actually do your transaction just between you and the smart contracts. And if you know, and of course, if you are actually using smart contracts, you know that there are certain conditions that must be met before a smart contract can actually be executed. You must meet those conditions before that smart contract is actually executed, and much more, making these exchanges very hard and difficult for hacking. And also, it is convenient. Advantages of decentralized exchanges. Of course, there is custody, like we said. There is custody, that means you own your cryptocurrency. You do your trading by yourself. You don't need to create an account on another platform before you can actually execute tradings on this exchange. So there is a full custody. You Individuals are actually interacting directly with the blockchain. Traders interact directly with the blockchain. It is transparent and convenient for traders to use. But of course, there are also disadvantages because there could be smart contract risks. Yeah, there could be smart contract risks. There could be fake there could be fake addresses or fake tokens on the decentralized exchange. And of course, these are some disadvantages that comes in with the decentralized kind of exchanges. But then, one thing you should notice on these exchanges, you don't need to create an account. You don't need to create an account before, for example, if you want to swap one token to another, you don't need to create an account before you can actually execute this swapping. And of course, we know on the decentralized exchange, what many people usually complain is what we call the transaction fee. Transaction fees are very high. That also what we call the slippages. Yeah, many people pay higher fees when they want to transact using smart contracts. So the most important thing to note about exchanges is neither the centralized or the decentralized exchanges are automatically safe by itself. What you should actually be considering is who holds your private keys. Who actually holds your private keys? These exchanges you are interacting with, are they trustworthy? Are they regulated? Yeah. Are they regulated? These smart contracts you are executing, are they trustworthy? How much are you going to pay as gas fee? These are things you should consider. You should sign up on exchanges that are actually regulated. If you want to use centralized exchanges, sign up on prominent exchanges that are actually fully regulated, that can be tracked, because there are a lot of centralized exchanges that are existing as well as decentralized exchanges. So automatically, no exchange is safe on its own, but who actually holds your private keys is very important. So in today's lesson, we have uncovered about exchanges, and we say exchanges act like a bridge. They give us this platform to interact, to buy, sell, exchange, swap, and own cryptocurrencies. So this is the main function of exchanges. And I hope you enjoy yourself throughout this lesson, because in our next lesson, we are going to be discussing about stable coins. Please, if you're enjoying yourself, you like, subscribe, invite others, because we are dropping videos every day about cryptocurrencies. Like I say, in our next lesson, we are going to understand what stable coins are. We are going to dig deep into stable coins, see how they act, see the different types of stable coins. And I think we have come to the conclusion of today's lesson. I will see you in the next one. And until then, you stay blessed.